Yo guys, what's going on? Hey, Santa brought me some pretty sweet grow lights that I just got done installing. I got some T5 Neo lights, LEDs. Pretty stoked on these things because they're easily adjustable and you can daisy chain them together, or you can just actually really connect them straight up. So right now they're not on a daisy chain, but anyways, I'm super excited. So today, it's definitely early. We're still in late December. And it's definitely early to be starting any seed. I'm gonna have to wait till into January to do that. But what I can do is I can start doing microgreens. I got a huge bag of alfalfa. Hopefully I got some cressy somewhere back here in storage. But just to kind of show you guys a level up of what I was able to do. This is pretty much on the, pretty inexpensive. Although I say Santa brought it for me for Christmas, but really I bought it for myself for Christmas. They're 30 bucks a unit, but what I had done in the past was I used to use this, kind of hold on real quick. I bought these LED strips and then basically kind of built I wrapped this board with aluminum foil, and then just this LED strips that you could use like for underneath. A lot of times people use them for like underneath shelving in their kitchens for like ambiance lighting or whatever. But this is full spectrum. It was super bright. I mean, crazy bright, and it worked for a couple seasons. But I had a couple of these, and unfortunately I set them in storage and then basically snapped all of these little tape ends and basically just cut the whole thing in half. And so had to level up and move on to the Neil T5s. So yeah, I'm gonna start some microgreens. So let's do it. Cheers, brother. Cheers. Cheers. This here, here's the flight feathers. Sweet. So I was able to find a lot more seeds than I thought I had. So like I said, I'm gonna definitely do some alfalfa. Got this in bulk, big old like kilo bag I bought online. I want to do some sunflower. I'm gonna do some salad rauche, daikon radish. This stuff's pretty sweet. I got this from my old boss way back in the day, and these seeds are still good. It's a red organic clover. And then what else? I'm gonna do some red radish, hurricane. So let's play in some dirt. Okay, so I have very little bit of this organic red clover. I love this stuff. It tastes awesome on, I don't know, cream cheese and bread. And what's sweet about it is I can be eating this thing in about 7 days. I like to spread this out nice and thick. Get a nice lush little forest of these things. So when they do sprout up and I'm ready to harvest them, I can just take a pair of scissors and just go whack, 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 grab a bunch of it, throw it right onto a sandwich. And man, oh man, is that good. All right, with these bad boys too, also, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep them right on top just like that and water this thing in. One down. All right, next we'll do a small little batch of, I don't know, let's do some daikon radish. Small little batch of that. Now this one's gonna take a little bit longer to germinate, so kind of do it in stages. I've got some larger flats that I'm gonna do a lot of alfalfa on, and then as well some other things that I've got plenty of. But usually when those larger flats get done, it's almost too much to go around for the family, and so sometimes it goes to the friends and neighbors, or the lucky chickens actually get to wine and dine on some gourmet microgreens. All right, 2 done. What's up, bud? What are you doing? Say what?
My new hammer I want to have.
You want the hammer?
Yeah, my new hammer.
Alright, give me a second. You can't bang on stuff. Next is some salad rauche. Super tasty stuff. Don't know what it is in English. If y'all want to go ahead and school me on it, man, give me a definition in the comments below. Nice tiny little seed. Just lay that in there nice and thick. Don't be scared. Want a nice lush, heavy harvest. Boom. 3 done. Jamming. Next, we'll go ahead and grab the big old flats. I'm gonna do strips of this stuff here. I'm gonna do some red radish. I'm gonna do sunflower sprouts, and I'm gonna do more of that red clover, and then some more daikon. This flat's not optimal, just because it's a lot lower. You know, I don't want to fill this whole thing up because I don't think that those sprouts need that much root system for their little short lifespan that they have. I like the size of it, but the depth of it's a little bit, I don't know, it's not the most optimal for me. But with this, I'm going to go ahead and just add a little more soil. Thing is I love doing this stuff indoors, especially right around now, right after Christmas, because it puts me in this headspace, man, where I'm just super excited about spring coming on and getting out there and working in the garden again. And yeah, man, this is where it's at. I do have a problem. My neighbors, my friends tell me, my gardening friends tell me that I start my seeds way too early, and they're totally right. They're 100% right. But I only do it because I'm just like, I just want it to happen fast. I want spring to come, and I figure if I'm going to plant early, it'll come early. So that's never the case. I'm usually stuck with a lot of bolted tomatoes, like tomatoes that are like growing out of my kitchen windows because there's just no more space. But hey, I love it. All right, so I'm going to go daikon, row of daikon. Nice heavy row. I'm going to mark those later. I'm going to do some red sprouts. Nice little mini row here. Nice and thick. Thanks to my old boss, Ken. Ken, if you're watching, I don't know if you remember this, but you gave me this a long time ago. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I need another bag now. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's do some red radish. Just a little thin row of that. Finish that one up. Boom, that's done. And then let's go ahead and do the rest of this salad. Arauque. Boom. Heavy. Heavy on the sewing. Yes, sir. Alright. Salad arauque. Red radish. Boom. There it is. Bet. Okay, now that I got these marked up, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's number 4. And this last one, I'm gonna fill up full, only with alfalfa. Alfalfa sprouts, bunch of different ways to do it. Everybody's got their own little technique. I've done a couple different versions of it. I've done it in soaking it and putting it in like mason jars, making sure that, you know, those mason jars have enough air so the water doesn't get stagnant in there. It just stays nice and moist for it to germinate. Works out pretty good. You still got to deal with the hull of the seed. Got to get past that. Another method that I've done too is the old school, like back in the day when you're, I don't know, like 6-7 years old, and you got a plate, and then you get a paper towel and you get it all wet, and you put some seeds on top of it, and then you put the other paper towel on top of it and wait a couple days for it to germinate. That works. It works awesome. So there's that way as well. I'm gonna do it straight into the soil and hopefully get some nice good sprouts out of it, and then mow it down, and then not have to worry about the seeds in the hole and all that funny crunch stuff that you gotta contend with. I'm not an expert microgreen grower, it's obvious, but still, they're awesome. But you just got to make sure you wash them and clean them up and make sure your preparation stations are sanitary, and have fun with these sprouts, man. They're so fun and cool to do. You don't need lights. You can do this stuff on your windowsill as long as you got, you know, southern exposure. You got enough light coming through. It works fine, man. These are great, and they're full of great vitamins and minerals. So why not do it? And also it helps you, it allows you to do indoor gardening when you're trying to get your outdoor gardening fix on, but Mother Nature doesn't allow you to do it. So, all right, let's go ahead and sow the rest of these alfalfa, water everything in, and call it quits. Let's do it. Alfalfa, done. Yeah, for those that want to know, I'm using basically a potting soil for this mix with a lot of vermiculite and perlite. That vermiculite and perlite basically is just going to be kind of a little sponges just to hold water for a little bit longer. Yeah, so that's a cool thing about this, and the key thing is to try to use a lot of perlite, a lot of vermiculite to kind of keep, especially perlite, to keep that water moist in the soil. And you want to do that through a germination process. You don't want it to be soupy or in a swamp, but you definitely want it to keep it nice and moist so it'll germinate. All right, guys, there you have it. My first run with my new lights. Pretty stoked, pretty excited. Maybe I'll check back with you guys in about a week or 10 days or so to let you guys know how these things are going. And maybe also incorporate them in maybe a meal that we're going to do. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.